Hello guys. So this tutorial is the remake of my old one, this stylized multicolor fog, and as you can see I made it on March 2021, year ago. So this one has better approach, it's much more versatile and compact. Now it looks like this. That's the whole post process you need to make. And the magic here is in using Curve Atlas. So you may think of Curve Atlas as the array of textures, but instead of textures, we use linear color curves. And they look like this. So on the first look, you may think of the LUT tables as artists use in Photoshop to change overall look of the final scene. And Curve Atlas looks like this. Once you create it, you need to define as many curves as you want and provide them here. Idea is that curve has the range between 0 and 1, and points inside of its range define the layer of your multi-layer color fog, where the RGB goes to the tint and the alpha is the depth or the opacity of fog on each band, on each layer. So about this post process, you need to change the material domain to be post process and blendable location, before tone mapping or before translucency, depends on needs of your project. Next is to search for the Atlas parameter, Curve Atlas raw parameter. You can define the name, and then you need to define the Curve Atlas and the default curve here. Next thing is to provide curve time, and this should be from 0 to 1, the buffer or the scene depth on which our post-process should be applied. The higher value of the scene size is, the more range, the more length of scene you will receive. So let me show you. Right now, as you can see, I have the length of 6,000 units, and if I go with something higher, you may see that each layer is changed accordingly. So if I go with 1000 units, you can see that range also changed. If you have different curves here, then you can change them inside your instance, something like this. Let's only change overall scene size, and we can continue. So something like this. One more trick is to use this type of operation, because if you use scene depth divided by simple scalar, you will receive ugly straight line following you on the whole scene. Let me show you how it looks. So if you go with something small, let me change the curve. You can see, if I turn the camera, I have this straight square line, and I need to make this type of logic. So basically this one is the inverse sphere mask, so it will return something like this. Now it looks much more better, and we don't have anything following us. So that's how it looks, and let's talk about how you can manage the curve. So once you've created the curve, you can open up and see like the gradient. To add, let's actually create the new one. Pam, pam, like this. So to add the point, we need to select with our mouse where we need to add it, press enter. So here we have the range. Now we need to change the color. So open up the top point and change it. And let's do it with other one. I guess with this one. Let it be yellow. We also can change the opacity. It's the bottom. Let's change everything here. And now we have this type of curve. So go back to our curve atlas, add another array element, select curve here, go back to our instance and select curve here. Now we can play and see how it looks. We can change the length. So that's it. This one is actually the easiest way how to make the multicolored fog. I hope you like it. So as always, subscribe to my channel, leave your feedback, press like button, and in case you want to support me, you can always visit my Patreon page. See you soon, guys.